Hi Wizard bro, வணக்கம். Hi Dr. Octopus bro. Bro, எப்படி bro இருக்கீங்க? நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? Long time no see.
Who the fuck did this? I don't have anything valuable. Money. They must have stolen the money.
Actually, நான் வந்து ஷிஃப்ட் முடிச்சிட்டு வரும்போது வீடியோ இருக்கு. குட் ப்ரோ, எப்படி போகுது லைஃப்லாம்? எங்கே இருந்தீங்க இத்தனை நாளா?
Oh god. Oh god.
மணி எடுத்துட்டு பண்றோம்.
Fuck. Great. That's all I need. What if it was Red Pete?
விசார் ப்ரோ இங்கே தான் இருக்கீங்களா? ஓகே, ஆர்பியில் ஆடுறீங்களா ப்ரோ? இந்த புறமே வாட்ஸ்அப் பண்ணுறோம். ஓகே, என்ன நடந்திருக்கும் தெரியலையே. அட்ரஸ் பண்ணோம்.
Where? I need my pills. I can't get my thoughts together.
இல்லையா? வாட் ஹேப்பன்ட்? வை ப்ரோ?
Okay.
Octopus bro, நீங்கள்
I'm gonna have to report this to the police.
Christ.
Why did the neighbors not report anything? I'm calling Steven.
ஸ்டீவன் கால் பண்ண சொல்கிறான். ஓகே, அதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன நடந்திருக்குன்னு பார்த்துக்கிறேன். எல்லோரும் சர்ச் பண்ணியிருக்கானுங்க. ஓகே, ஃபோட்டோ ஆல்பம்ஸ்லாம் அப்படியே விட்டுருக்காங்க. என்ன அதெல்லாம் டென்ஷன் இல்லை, ப்ளே பண்ணணும். ஓகே, ஆக்சுவலி எனக்கு டைம் இருக்குல்ல வார்ப்பி ஆடுறது.
Now, Jack, I told you I'm going for a drink with you for another night in a row. That's not why I'm ringing. Although I could do with one. Someone broke into my apartment.
What? Did anyone say anything? Have you called the police yet?
No, I don't think so. Anyway, no one contacted me. As for the police, I'm calling right now, officer.
All right. Do you want me to head around? Look for any trace evidence?
I don't know. No, I guess not. Honestly,
okay.
I don't have the strength to deal with it
college
right now. I just want to lie down.
Okay.
Are you sure? Because it's no trouble at all.
I think so. I'm sorry. I just wanted to calm down a bit. I don't know. That's probably some stupid joke. Only money was stolen.
Money? From Alice's box? Oh, fuck. Listen, I can come over. I have the key. I'll drop by, do what I need to do, and you go get some sleep.
No, don't trouble yourself. Lately, I've been just so tired and distracted. I don't know. Maybe I forgot to close the apartment door on my way to work. If anything else is missing, I'll let you know and call the police.
All right. Just make sure you close it tonight. If you see anything weird tomorrow, let me know. Whoever did this may be watching you.
I don't think anyone is dumb enough to come back.
You're probably right. Take care, Jack. If you need
I promise. Thanks, Steven. Sorry about it. I've just...
It's not a problem.
Good night.
அப்பா லொட கான்ஃபியூஷன், தேவையில்லாத கான்ஃபியூஷன். ஆக்சுவலி யாரோ பிரேக்கிங் பண்ணாங்க என்னோடய ஹவுஸை. மோஸ்ட்லி அந்த தீவ்ஸ்லாம் அந்த லைக் அந்த பிஸ்னஸ்லாம், அந்த பிஸ்னஸோட இது டிவி ஆனஸ்ட் தெரில, பிஸ்னஸோட ஆளுங்களாம். ஐ மீன் அந்த பிஸ்னஸ் வேன் இருக்குல்ல, ஐ மீன் அந்த எஸ்கார்ட் பண்ணுற சம்திங் இதை சொல்லுவாங்கள்ல, அந்த இது வந்து பிரேக்கிங் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. எப்படின்னா ஆக்சிடென்ட் ஆனு அதுலேருந்து எஸ்கேப் ஆகி எல்லாம் ஓட்டாங்க. சிட்டி ஃபுல்லாக தீவ்ஸ்லாம் இருக்காங்க இப்போ பிஸ்னஸ். மேபி
I guess I should clean this shit up.
Where to start? அந்த நியூஸ் கேள்விப்பட்ட உடனே வீட்டுக்கு போனால் வீட்டு பார்த்தா இப்படி இருக்குது. பார்த்தா எல்லாத்தையும் விட்டுருக்கான், அந்த காசு மட்டும் திருட்டு இருக்கான். சரி ஓகே, இந்த மாதிரி அவன் ஃப்ரெண்டு ஸ்டீவன் கால் பண்ணி இந்த மாதிரி சொன்னான். போலீஸ் கால் பண்ண சொல்லியிருக்கான். அதுக்கப்புறம் லொடலும் பேச தேவையில்லாத வேறத்தெல்லாம் பேசுனானுங்க.
Maybe I could barricade the door with this.
அப்புறம் எதுக்கு கால் பண்ணான்னு தெரியல. அப்புறம் நானே பார்த்துக்கிறேன், வேணாம் போலீஸ்க்கு வேணாம், எதுவுமே திருட்டு போயிடும், காசு மட்டும் திருட்டு போயிருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னான். சரி ஓகே, சரி ஃபோனை விடா அப்படின்ட்டான். ஹாய் ஃபைஸ் ப்ரோ.
I should pack this thing away.
ரீசெண்டாக என்ன ரோல் பிளே விளாடுறது அப்படின்னு ஐடியா இருக்கா?
It seems like the burglar wasn't looking for anything here. Actually, I'm not surprised. Now I'm sure I won't get caught up in these papers.
ஆக்சுவலி எனக்கு ரோல் ப்ளே
Alice's
பண்ணுறதுக்கு
family
டைமே
should
கிடைக்க
really have some of
மாட்டேங்குது.
these.
டைம் ரொம்ப எடுக்கும் பிகாஸ் எனக்கு பயங்கர பிஸி ஷெட்யூல். வீட்டுக்கு போன நிறைய
What a mess.
கமிட்மெண்ட்ஸ்.
Now if only I could blame this on the burglars.
ட்ரை பண்ணுற நாளைக்கு லைவ் போடுறது, ஆர்பி போடுறதுக்கு. அது இல்லாமல் நிறைய கேம்ஸ் விளையாடுறது எனக்கு விஷ்லிஸ்டில் இருக்குது. அதில் விளையாடி பார்க்கணுன்னு ஆசை இருக்குது. அதுவும் லைவில் தான் போட்டு பார்க்கணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு. க்ளீன் அப் த அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட். ஓகே, எல்லாமே மிஸ்ஸாக இருக்குது. இப்போ எல்லாத்தையும் க்ளீன் பண்ணுற தலைவர். இதெல்லாம் விட்டு நான் ஹைலைட் ஆகுது மட்டும் தான் எடுத்துக்கணும்.
There you go. To be honest, I could leave it like this. I still don't understand why Alice liked this painting so much.
இதில் ஒரு அந்த
I'm glad this didn't break.
Jack, why?
அவன் வைஃப் பேச என்ன
I
சொல்லியிருக்குது?
think I'm just tired. Shit. The glass in this thing needs to be replaced. That's enough for now. Jeez, I'm exhausted. I'll get the rest in the morning.
ஓகே, எல்லாமே மேபி ஓரளவுக்கு அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணிட்டேன். இந்த மெஸ்லேயே தூங்கியிருந்தா தலைவர். ஓகே, எத்தையும் வெளியக்கணும், எங்கேயாவது பத்திரமா வச்சிருக்கலாம்ல. ஓகே,
Oh yeah, I should take my pills.
காலையில் வந்து பில்ஸ் எடுக்கிற தலைவர். பெயின் கில்லர்ஸும் லைக் ஆன்டி டிப்ரெசன்ட் டேப்லெட்ஸ் ஆனால் சொல்லாது.
I feel like it takes me forever to finish these things. That's enough. It will never look clean. I need to quickly change and finish getting ready. I'm gonna be late for work again.
ஆக்சுவலி சிமுலேட்டர் தான், பட் இந்த ஸ்டோரி
Got my keys, got my files. Check.
ஆக்சுவலி சிமுலேட்டர் மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும்.
Time to go.
பட் ஸ்டோரி could you record and leave for work. Okay, actually last time
Remember
locked
to close the door
one.
properly, Jack. I'll ask the neighbors tomorrow if they saw anything suspicious.
Prisoners escape பண்ணானு பட் யாரும் காணோம்.
I wonder if Ridley fixed the coffee machine.
This one don't actually.
Huh?
என்ன மறுபடியும் இங்கே வந்திருக்கு போல இருக்கு. போக மாட்டேங்குது லிஃப்ட்டு. இந்த லிஃப்ட்டும் போட்டுருக்கேன். லிஃப்டி போஸ்டர்ஸ்லாம் போட்டுருக்கானுங்க. That thing, okay. Clown posters. Nice apartment la. குழந்தைங்க விளையாடுன்னு இருக்கு. என்ன இது ஓப்பன் பண்ணுற மாதிரிலாம் இருக்கு. கவுச்ச பண்ண மாட்டான். Silence of the absent. ஏன் அந்த க்ளவுன் ஃபேஸ் இதை போட்டுட்ருக்காங்க சும்மா. யூ கேன் பிலீவ் இன் தி ஸ்பிரிட். இதெல்லாம் அவங்க கேம்ஸா? ஹாலோவின் பார்ட்டி. Music Academy student will give you guitar lessons for children for 1 hour for $10. Oh my god. யூடியூப்லேயே ஃப்ரீயாக அது கற்றுக்கலாம் லெசன்ஸ்லாம். ஓகே, கார் எடுத்துகிட்டு நம்ம ஒர்க் பிளேஸ் போகிறோம். இட்ஸ் அ கூல் கார்.
Maybe a bit optimistic. I'd better grab a coffee on the way.
Mortuary.
exhausted.
Medical examiner. இடம் பேர்.
I wonder who Stephen brought in today. Good morning, Mr. Ridley. No, he's not here yet? No, I'll deal with Adam.
Actually, Mr. Bilsley and now Ridley, sorry. And man channel. Okay.
I hope he... Oh, come on. He was too lazy to even wheel the gurney to the autopsy room.
ஐயோ autopsy room கிட்ட வச்சுட்டு போகாமல் அப்படியே விட்டு போயிருக்கான் Ridley. Push the trolley. I'm trying, bro.
Almost there. Now for the tough part. The body needs to be moved. Where's Ridley when you need him?
Okay, body.
Right. I just need some gloves and my apron. Then I can get to work.
Apron and gloves.
I'm going to need my tape recorder for this.
Start the voice line on the desk, okay?
Autopsy dated November 22nd, 1991. 7:32 p.m. Led by Dr. Jack Hanman.
By Jack Hanman. Look the information provided in the police. What's the police order at the pocket?
I begin by verifying the identity of... It's most likely Harper Lloyd, age 35. Found in a well-owned house by her neighbors Leonard and Dorothy Chelsea. Reported missing for a week.
Well, all undergone. Found, I mean, he's found inside the well hole. Well hole in Ranganatile. Well, like hole in it's okay. Actually,
firefighters found the body after the Chelsea family began complaining that their tap water tasted strange, and at one point had begun to smell and turn a dark color.
Kenner la undergone. It actually Kenner. சும்மா அந்த ஐ மீன் அந்த ரிங் காங்கிரீட் மாதிரி இல்லை அதில் பண்ணி வச்சுருக்காங்க கீழே வெல் ஓப்பன் வெல் மாதிரி க்ளோஸ்டு வெல் மேபி இந்த பிட் ஐ மீன் இந்த ஹோலுக்குள்ளே அந்த கிணறு இருக்குல்ல கிட்டத்தட்ட போர் மாதிரி நினைக்கிறேன் இந்த ஓப்பன் பெரிய போர் மாதிரின்னு சொல்லலாம் பைப்போலார் டிஸார்டர் அப்படின்றானே.
It is also known that the deceased was diagnosed with affective bipolar disorder. Harper was placed on drug therapy, which she dropped out of fairly regularly. During her treatment, she was under the care of her common-law partner, Richard Benson, professional truck driver.
Okay, she has bipolar disorder.
The last person who had contact with the deceased was her partner. Harper's last message read as follows. I'm gonna take a shit in their stupid well. Then we'll see who has the last laugh. Nice one.
Okay,
police records also show that Mrs. Lloyd was in constant conflict with her neighbors. The constant parties and subsequent brawls made living in the area nearly impossible, especially when Lloyd's partner wasn't around.
Loyals. Okay.
I proceed to open the bag and check the state of decomposition of the corpse.
Apartment, I mean, just a individual house.
The most important task in forensic identification of a drowned person is to distinguish whether the death occurred before or after entering the water.
Use the zip பண்றா பாடியை. ஓ நம்மளே தான் பண்ணோமா?
Okay, that could have been worse. I carefully removed the victim's clothes so as not to damage the skin. The deceased was found fully clothed.
Found, I mean the body found பண்ணும்போதே
One shoe was missing. I'm going to need the camera to document all possible suspicious marks.
Okay, camera. I give you the camera. To document. Okay.
Definitely the first thing that stands out is the very advanced post-mortem gigantism.
Okay, I'm gonna keep the camera and take the view, just to full view to cover. Take a gentle photo of this.
The skin of the deceased appears very delicate, smooth, and relaxed from being in the water for a long time. The whole body is extremely pale.
Okay, find the marks on the body of the butler. Fair enough, find the marks.
The so-called washerwoman skin on the feet. The deceased had indeed been in the water for a long time.
Okay, ரொம்ப நாளா வாட்டர்ல இருக்கனால அந்த ஸ்கின் அந்த மாதிரி தெரியுதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு கெஸ் பண்றான் மேபி. வேற ஓகே. Okay. Hello. ரொம்ப டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸாக இருக்கு மைக்கு. Can you hear the ஏதாவது சின்ன ஃபில்டர் ஏதாவது போடலாமா? மைக் சப்ரஸர், நாய்ஸ் கிட், ஸ்பீடெக்ஸ். Okay.
I'm exhausted. I wonder who Stephen brought in today. Good morning, Mr. Ridley. No, he's not here yet? No, I'll do without him.
Ridley இல்ல. சரி, okay.
I hope he... Oh, come on. He was too lazy to even wheel the gurney to the autopsy room.
Okay.
Almost there. Now for the tough part. The body needs to be moved. Where's Ridley when you need him? Alright. I just need some gloves and my apron. Then I can get to work. I'm going to need my tape recorder. Autopsy dated November 22nd. Led by... I begin by verifying the end. Firefighters found the body after the chill. It's most likely Harper Lloyd, age 35. It is also known that the deceased was died the last person who had contact with it. Police records also show that the most important whether Okay, that could have been worse. I carefully removed the deceased one's shoe was missing. I'm going to need the camera to document. Definitely the first thing that stands out is the very advanced post-mortem gigantism.
Okay, taking photographs.
The skin of the deceased appears very delicate, smooth, and relaxed. The whole... The so-called washerwoman's skin, the deceased had indeed been in the water for a long time. The skin on the hands can be easily separated. The separation takes the form of a glove. There are some obvious scratches on the skin. There are bruises and hemorrhages on the neck. These usually occur due to increased inhalation when fighting to breathe underwater. It's likely that the deceased was lying on her back when she was fished out. Post-mortem markings are seen on the underside of the body, that is, on the back, thighs, and calves of the deceased.
Okay, pin photos in the board. Okay, photo board la pin pandrom. Unless one.
So, after the preliminary exam, it's time to take a...
Autopsy, okay.
Today's date. Rigor mortis does not need to be checked. Based on the state of decay, you can be sure it has subsided.
Because of the 1 week malachla. So the areas of the concern with the magnifying glass, okay.
Where we see thick white foam in the mouth of the deceased, resulting from pulmonary edema. Foam is a characteristic in deaths due to drowning.
Oh, pulmonary edema. Drowning all.
There are obvious scratches on the skin, especially on the back and hands. These could be defensive wounds, evidence of some sort of altercation prior to death.
Okay.
The spots have a purplish blue-red hue, which is a typical sign of the death of the organism.
Okay.
No obvious signs of struggle. The skin on the hands would have easily peeled away from the flesh. Some of the fingers have already lost their nails. Yep, pretty typical. Liver mortis are formed as a result of putrefaction of blood in the veins.
Okay. Feet.
Due to the fact that the deceased was wearing shoes all the time, her feet are in better condition than her hands. Nevertheless, we can still notice a clear, wavy skin and the so-called washerwoman's skin texture. Okay, that's probably enough to indicate a direction for further examination.
Hi bro, தூங்கலையா?
Hi bro. இல்ல bro.
என்ன ஸ்ட்ரீமா போட்டுட்டு இருக்கீங்க?
ஆமா bro.
ஓ, hi guys.
யாரும் லைக் இஸ் சொல்றது.
இதோ வந்துட்டேன். ரொம்ப தீவிரமா இருக்கீங்க போல.
Scalpel, scissors, syringe. I'd better note that down in the records. Marks found on the neck and foaming at the mouth are typical signs of drowning people. Those abrasions appear relatively fresh. No healing or scarring is visible. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual about this liver mortis.
என்ன குரோமியா அது Autopsy Simulator bro.
Diffuse
Yeah,
spots
but
are caused by
that's
blood rotting in the veins.
ஐயா என்ன பிக் பேன் போட்ட போல நீங்க வந்து
bro.
Considering the deceased's
Bro,
penchant for
membership
drinking
எனக்கு ஒரு doubt
alcohol,
இருக்கு.
it could have been a mere accident.
மெம்பர்ஷிப்ல
Hands heavily wrinkled from submersion in water,
ஆமா,
typical
இந்த
washerwoman skin.
ஓகே பாசிபிள் டெத் காசஸ் மேபி ட்ரௌனிங்காக இருக்கலாம் typical signs of drowning position and more rage on the neck travel to scratches still postmortem stage it's a long time of rest on the back this is a personal maybe down
In this case, the question is, was drowning an accident or of suicidal intent? Maybe it's just abrasion, or maybe the result of a fight and being pushed into a well. Their distribution suggests that the victim was probably lying on her back when fished out of the water. Liver mortis of a different color could indicate poisoning with carbon monoxide, cyanides,
Okay, bro, no,
or
play it.
nitrates.
Okay, bro.
However,
Bye,
this is not the
guys.
case here.
bye bye
A simple trip, loss of balance, and as a result, you end up in a deep hole with no way out. Fortunately, the skin on the hands didn't fall off. Otherwise, I'd have trouble identifying the deceased. That's all for now.
okay maybe fall third party involvement எல்லாம் ட்ரௌனிங்காக இருக்கும் present cause of death அப்படின்னு
Before I begin the dissection, I'll make sure the suggested identity is correct.
choose பண்ணோமா
The suitcase with the fingerprint equipment should be around here somewhere.
the operators from suitcase to perform fingerprint examination from suitcase where's the suitcase bro suitcase
Oh, here it is. If the body of the deceased is well preserved, fingerprinting is similar to that of a living person. With decomposing bodies, the tissue of the pads and the fingers tends to shrink. To remove these shrinkages, a mixture of glycerin or air is used. The fingerprint sheet should always be checked. Slipping fingers, too much or too little ink, or inaccurate hand position can make fingerprints illegible. I'm going to conduct a dactyloscopic examination. If in fact the deceased is in the police database, I will find her.
focus on subject hand okay focus on a subject hand listen doesn't get tips glycerin focus on okay
Glycerin is injected successively between the nail and the skin of each finger. The substance then enters the fingertip, removing shrinkage and wrinkles.
இப்படிதான் இந்த மாதிரி இடத்துல ஒர்க் பண்ணுறாங்க போல இருக்குச்சா ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான வேலை போல இருக்கு வீடு அதனால தான் இவங்க நிறைய சம்பாதிக்கிறாங்க போல
Now I take a brush. Only when the skin is taut and elastic can you use ink.
Press the entire palm.
I think it's enough. I'm getting fingerprint samples. In the case of drowning victims, you have to be extremely careful. The skin may fall off the hand like a glove when you take the print.
Oh, okay. Leave the cops, okay?
I'll use the fax machine to add the print into the system.
Fax machine? Where's the fax machine?
I wasn't sure it would amount to anything, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding up my work.
Fax machine, இப்போ என் வாழ்க்கையில் பார்க்குற பிரிண்டர் முன்னாடி ஃபேக்ஸ் மிஷின் தான் இருக்கும்.
Green button and...
Panasonic தான் யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க இல்லை அப்போலாம். Significant is Steve is in the fax machine. Okay. எப்படி அனுப்புவோம் அது ஆக்சுவலி ஃபேக்ஸ் மிஷின்றது
Once the data uploads, I'll run the prints against the police database on the computer.
Steve Pizza Hospital வருது எல்லாமே. Fax machine. Compare the fingers with the computers in data.
Great. The data is there.
Windows XP.
Click upload. Now, go through the database and find a matching print. Expect possible hours of fun.
Tag all the comparison points.
One more. Okay. Let's check for matches. Analyze button.
Testing.
This is not our Jane Doe.
Jane Doe.
One more. Analyze button. And we have a result. Everyone has a story to tell, even if it's just a police record. So, as predicted, the deceased turned out to be Harper Lloyd. That went smoothly. I'll print this out and attach it to the medical records.
American, Caucasian, female, blonde, eye color blue, last entry 1991. Disorderly contact. Oh, black market without no death. 1991 death. Follow medical records பார்ப்போம். petty theft பண்ணிருக்காங்க உங்களுக்கு. Disorderly contact 500. Oh my god. Low level shoplifting. Triple shoplifting. Disorderly contact nuisance and vandalism. Low level shoplifting. Not good. This is an aggressive under the influence of alcohol. Oh my god. Aggressive behavior, nuisance and vandalism. Oh, Mustano nuisance and vandalism. 28th Printers. This is the results of the facts.
Great. Now I can go back to my inspection.
Return to autopsy.
I'm adding the name of the deceased. I'll start the internal examination by taking fluid from the victim's brain. A needle inserted through the nose will do the trick. If the victim was alive when she fell into the well, she must have swallowed water fighting for her life. And then diatoms, characteristics of pooled water like a well. In the meantime, I'll check the sample under the microscope. I'm sure that these algae traces will be found in the samples taken from the well where... Now I need to adjust the knobs properly and place the diatom in the center of the slide. Diatoms are single-celled microscopic algae. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. I'm finally starting to... The aperture still needs adjustment. The image... I'm finally starting to see something here. Nah, too much light. I'm finally starting to see something here.
Okay, light that there.
And perfect. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. But rather... And perfect. It's not a... And perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. But rather a bad focus.
Okay.
The aperture still... I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from... Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. And perfect. It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. And perfect.
Okay. Another conducting. Use the map to verify the presence of diatoms. Diatoms? சுல்தான் தூங்கலையா வாயா மகிழன் ஏன் அவனை திட்டிட்டு இருக்க
I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. This way I'll see if I'm dealing with a large concentration of these algae. The aperture still needs adjustment. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here.
Okay.
It's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid, but rather a bad focus. And it's not a dirty lens, I'm afraid. And perfect.
பர்ஃபெக்ட்ன்றா நம்ம எதிர்பார்க்குறது இல்லை மேபி
As expected, we find the aforementioned algae in the solution. Their upper part, Epitheca, which overlaps the lower, Hypotheca, is clearly visible.
இன்னும் ஒரே ஒரு
The presence of diatoms in the brain samples taken indicate that the deceased was certainly alive when she fell into the water and was possibly conscious.
மைக்ரோன் வச்சு கண்டுபிடிப்பாங்களா அவங்க சாவு மீன் அதுலேருந்து விழும்போது உயிரோட இருக்கான்னு சொல்லிட்டு மை காட் எந்த அளவுக்கு டெக்னாலஜி வந்திருக்கு பாருங்கப்பா autopsy, okay?
Since there were diatoms in the brain, it means that many more of them must have entered the body. Studies of the rest of the organs will most likely confirm this hypothesis.
I was still conscious when she entered. Okay.
I can finally get to the practical part.
Select scalpel, stop cutting. Okay, scalpel.
I must be extra careful because the skin of the deceased is very stretched. I wouldn't want an explosion here. You can immediately see a very large swelling of the organs. In addition, all internal organs are very congested.
Okay, with an empty hand, peel back your skin flaps. Oh, okay.
I proceed to remove the rib cage.
Okay, Lopez.
It's easy to see that the ribs have been imprinted in the lungs. So, I'm going to start by drawing blood from the lungs for testing for diatoms.
Sample of just one syringe.
If diatoms were only present in the lungs, this would mean that the victim was placed in the well after death, and the perpetrator wanted to get rid of the corpse in this way. Now, taking the lungs in my hand, I feel that the tissues have lost their elasticity, which is the result of water emphysema. In addition, there is significant swelling of the organs, and as a result, we have a nice imprint of the ribs. The emphysema itself, it's clear how far it's progressed, which is characteristic of drowning.
Next tissue lacking elasticity with advanced emphysema.
Corpses found in water are worth examining with the tomograph. However, so a bucket and
look at the bucket in the storage room to perform the test. Okay, storage room. In the room to come. Oh my god, do you see that, guys? Only you know what up with that.
Who has anyone been here? I hope no one dipped a mop in it. It's best to go to the lab for this. Oh, Jesus.
மாச்சல் சரிங்க இங்கேயுமே நடக்குமா ஃபார்ம் டவுன் டெஸ்ட் ஓகே எங்கே போனோம்மா நான் தண்ணி நம்ம இருக்கா பெர்ஃபார்ம் டவுன் டெஸ்ட்னு மட்டும் சொல்லிட்டான் என்ன பண்ணுறதுன்னு தெரியல ஐயோ
I wasn't sure it would amount to anything, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding up my work. Historically, the lung float test is used to detect infanticide.
Okay.
The water should be at room temperature. That's enough. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water. This checks if there is air in the lungs. And speaking of lungs, everything is ready to bring them here. Of course, such a study isn't without flaws. Air may have entered a newborn's airways during resuscitation attempts. Gas is released during decomposition. In this case, however, it's about something else. Namely, the amount of fluid in the lungs. To test for this, I have to place the lungs in a container of water and wait to see if they fall or if they will float on the surface.
Okay. Just one problem. Float ஆகுமா இல்லை நிற்கு தான் ப்ரெக் பண்ண ஃப்ளோட் ஆகுது லங்ஸு. ஓ ஃப்ளோட் ஆகலை.
Just as I assumed, the lungs collapsed easily.
அதில் ஏர் இல்லைன்னு அர்த்தம். Take the lungs back to the autopsy.
Fluid could have entered the lungs during panic attempts to catch breath underwater, but it could also be the result of bacterial infections or cancer, so further investigation is needed.
Dissect பண்ணணுமா? Okay.
I move on to dissecting the lungs of the deceased. You can hear the distinct, very unpleasant crackling of the tissues being cut through. The parenchyma is remarkably pale, although small hemorrhagic foci and petechia are present on the surface.
You say it's possible that doctors working in mortuary tend to get mental issue. Oh, due to working with dead things. Maybe அவங்க லைக் அந்த என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க ஆர்டிசம் மாதிரி இருக்கலாம் போல. மேபி அவங்க பார்க்க ஐ மீன் அந்த ஆர்டிசம் இல்லை.
All right. Now, I will check the collected fluid under a microscope. If we find 20 diatoms on the slide, it can be considered drowning, and our result is not false positive due to possible contaminations.
Paranoid மாதிரி இருப்பாங்க போல. மேபி பேரனாய்டுன்றோட யார் நம்மளை பார்க்குற மாதிரி இருக்கும். இந்த பாடி படுத்திருந்தாலும் ஏந்து பார்க்கணும். மேபி அவங்க அதில் பாதிக்கப்பட்டிருப்பாங்க. யூஸ் டு மேக் Okay.
Let's see. Although I expect we'll find them easily. The aperture still. Oh, I'm finally starting to see something here. I won't even notice an army of diatoms from this distance. Great. And perfect.
Being about diatoms.
As expected. In solution, the diatoms are clearly visible. There are smaller and larger clusters of them. There will definitely be more than 20 of them. I'll make a note of all this.
பிகாஸ் அங்கே என்ன டைம் வேணால் வரணும் இல்லை ப்ரோ. டாக்டர்னா ஆக்சுவலி அவங்க ஷிஃப்ட்டு முடிச்சுட்டு போகணும். சப்போஸ் எமர்ஜென்சினா அந்த இதுக்கு வந்தே ஆகணும். இன்னும் பேஷண்ட்க்கு எதுவும் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா குட்டுன்னு ஓடி வரணும். நைட் தூங்கும்போது எது பயந்துப்பான். அதுதான் அவனுக்கு 1 லட்சம் சம்பளம் தராங்கல்ல. 1 லட்சம் மினிமம். மேக்ஸிமம் 3 lakhs 4 lakhs வாங்கலாம், 5 lakhs வாங்கலாம். டிபெண்ட் ஆன் த ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் இஸ் ஒர்க்கிங்.
So far, this case looks pretty standard. It's clear from the beginning that it's drowning. Well, the procedure requires me to check everything anyway.
The lung parenchyma was placed with small hemorrhagic foci. Something ஏதோ wrong.
So, I move on to checking the other organs. I ligate the heart and then remove it for inspection. Strongly developed putrefactic hemolysis of the organ can be seen at first glance. Apart from that, no signs of a heart attack or other heart disease.
Okay. எங்கே மார்க் பண்ணுறது? இல்லை இதை மார்க் இதில் மார்க் பண்ணுமா? கிளிக் போர்ட்.
I move on to the next organ. This time, it's the liver. It's immediately apparent that the deceased didn't care for herself. Like most organs, her liver is enlarged and severely congested.
Okay.
The beginnings of cirrhosis are visible in some areas.
Was severely congested. The beginning of cirrhosis is visible. Okay.
I transfer the organ to a board and proceed to dissect.
And the doc who does autopsy also should think little bit like detective. Oh, புரியா ப்ரோ? அவங்க ஆக்சுவலி அவங்க வந்து மேபி டிடெக்டிவோட அது என்ன காசு எதனால அப்படியா இருக்கும் அவங்க அதை ஃபைண்டிஃபை பண்ணுறாங்களா ப்ரோ? ஆக்சுவலி இப்படி தான் பாடி.
Poor soul. I get cases like this more than any other.
டைசெக்ட் பண்ணால சாரி. நான் இந்த ஆக்சுவலி இந்த பக்கம் நின்று தான் நான் பண்ணணும். அந்த பக்கம் பண்ணி தப்பு இது மெத்தட்.
The cross-section clearly shows dilated veins and many small hemorrhagic foci. I must admit that this is quite a feat, considering the rather young age of the deceased.
Okay.
Harper enjoyed drinking so much that she might not have lasted a few more years.
ஆல்ரெடி லிவர் ஃபுல்லாக டேமேஜ் ஆகிட்டு இருக்கான் நிறைய குடிக்கிறதுனால.
I move on to the stomach. I take a sample of the fluid for testing.
Sample of fluid for testing. ரொம்ப பெரிய டெஸ்ட் பண்ணுறான்பா.
It looks very turbid. I'll see what happens after spinning, but that's in a moment. Now, I carefully ligate the organ, then cut it off. It's enlarged, probably full of putrid gases. I transfer it to the board and carefully open it, checking the contents.
எல்லாமே அன்லார்ஜடாக இருக்குது ஏஞ்சல்.
One thing you'd never get used to is how much this desk smells.
ஸ்மெல்லாம் பேர் பண்ண ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் பேர் பையன்.
Okay, the stomach is full of fluid and unidentified organic matter, which is probably leftover food.
Oh my god, shit. So similar to that because the info they gave is crucial to the detective to find that.
So let's check the diatoms. Again. But in a centrifuge for a change. The problem with examining drowned people is being able to show whether the death was due to drowning or whether something else contributed to the death. Cramp, heart attack, drugs, homicide, or some accident. Such an analysis requires viewing from different angles and a careful interpretation of the collected data, including those from the field. That's why it's so important to collect as many samples as possible. Unfortunately. It won't be needed for the
யார் இது முட்டு போகிறாங்க? நான் தந்து எப்பவுமே அது மூடி வைக்கிறேன் தரக்குறானுங்க தெரியல. ஓ யாரோ லிப்ஸ்டிக் வச்சுருக்காங்க இதில். நான் பிண்டி பார்க்க மாட்டேடா. பிண்டி பேய் வந்தாலும் வரும். ஏன் நம்மளை பார்த்த மாதிரி தானே இருந்துச்சு இது.
Okay, this is one last little sample.
Notes பார்ப்போம். Next page. Videos, recent items. 35 minutes, speed 25, people 30 ml. 35, 25, yeah.
Now set.
Time 35 minutes, speed 25. Okay. Agora vou pro pão, né?
Done. I'll run it directly into the chromatograph and run it against the data from the police. I'm certain the analysis will show similarities between the fluid and water in Chelsea's well.
They left anything, then it may affect the whole investigation. Yeah, and also the doc need to know every info about the case to provide accurate report about the dead person. Nice, yeah.
Let me think. 3 milliliters should be fine.
3 milliliters. Take the pipette. Okay. No.
Okay, now it's the chromatograph's turn.
Chromatograph. Okay. Isn't it?
Yes. The water sample matches the one provided by the police.
Okay.
Well, the results are quite clear. I was hoping it would be a more interesting case.
I thought autopsy autopsy. Maybe the mortuary assistant mortuary work பண்ணாம இந்த just detectives மாதிரி work பண்ணாங்க பாருங்க. இந்த சொல்றவே sometimes detective autopsy work பண்ணுவாங்க.
More diatoms. Analysis indicates the same origin. Blah, blah, blah. There's little left to do. I'm going to check the airway page. Interesting. Looks like there's something stuck in the trachea. I'm moving to the board for further inspection.
ஐயோ தொண்டையில் தான் மாட்டிக்கிட்டாமே தொண்டையில் ஆப்ரேஷன் அப்படின்னு வரை ஐயோ இந்தியா நினைக்குது.
I dissect the trachea and open the organ. Inside, I find a wedding ring. This is interesting. Let me look at it. Based on the size, I can say that it's a woman's wedding ring, quite standard from the outside. There's an engraving inside.
09/13/1980 the marriage date இருக்கும்.
What the fuck? But this is my ring. Alice's ring. But how did it? But this should be at home. I have it.
Oh my god.
home. It's...
அங்கிள் தூங்க போறீங்களா விளையாட வரீங்களா?
I have to check this out.
என்ன பண்ணுறது தெரியல.
Where are my meds?
மியூட்ல மச்சான் மியூட்ல இருக்கான்டா.
ஏய் மச்சான் முடிச்சிட்டிங்களாண்ணா?
முடிஞ்சிச்சு.
சரி ஆடுங்க, நான் பார்க்கலாம் நாளைக்கு வரேன்.
சரி ஓகே. சரி ஓகே.
Where the fuck are my meds?
Take your pills, okay? I mean, our wife would ring ya. You will contact her. Okay, you saw something or
I have to check the apartment. It can't be. Jesus Christ.
என்னடா இது உண்மையா இருக்குமோ?
Mr. Ridley. Jesus Christ.
நான் இந்த பதில் நிறுத்தல தஸ்கே வரேன்டா.
I have to check this out.
அடிச்சு வர்றான் நடப்பதில்ல.
This can't be real. Where is it? Where is it? Where?
அவன் திருட்டு போயிட்டான்.
It's not here. It's not. I need to go.
நல்லா அந்த பிரசன்ட் பண்ணிருப்பானோ.
This is sick. Fuck. Come on, Stephen. Pick up the fucking phone.
Hey. What's up, man?
They took the ring.
What? What ring? What are you talking about?
They took the wedding ring. Alice's wedding ring.
One sec. You mean burglary? You said nothing was missing.
Yes, I know that.
நானும் கவனிக்கல.
I don't know. I was jittering. Maybe I didn't notice. I don't know, but that's not the worst of it.
Calm down, Jack. Breathe. What happened?
I found it in the trachea of the deceased I was working on. Do you understand? I pulled it out of a dead woman's trachea.
What?
I don't know what's going on. You think Red Pete wants revenge? He's playing with me. Huh? I knew it from the beginning. This is going to happen. I didn't make it up.
Jack, listen to me. Try to calm down. Don't leave the apartment. I'll be with you right away, okay? I'm on my way.
What sane person would do something like that? How? And when? When the fuck? Fucking Ridley lets in whoever he likes as usual. What are you saying? Stephen? Don't leave me, man. Come on. Fuck. Oh, God, what now? Okay, just calm down. Just calm down. I need a drink. Jesus. What's going on? Just one sip more. Yep. Jesus. Just one sip more. Okay.
அங்கேயே பாஸ் அவுட் ஆகிட்டான். சாப்டர் 3.
Alright. I can't do it anymore. These reports will kill me one day. I'll have to finish it over the weekend. It's time to go to work. I should take out the trash first. Jesus. Fuck. Maybe I'll just ignore. Yes.
Hi, this is Charlotte. I guess I interrupted you again?
Oh, hi. No, I just... I wrote reports in those last sections, and I was just about to...
I always know when to call.
Yeah, definitely. What's up?
I'm good, thanks. What about you?
Okay,
Oh, that's not... Then, did you have a moment to look for something for me?
Something for you?
Well, photo with the photo I asked you for?
ஆல்ரெடி அனுப்பிச்சிட்டோம்ல.
It hasn't come yet? Oh, sorry, but I said it a week ago.
No, not yet. Maybe I'm too impatient. Sorry for rushing you.
It's okay. No worries. With my pills, I...
Yeah.
have to go now.
Yes.
Let me know if you still haven't received the... Then I'll try... Maybe I'll...
Oh, really? That...
I know it means...
Well, I won't. Thanks. Bye. Bye.
ஓகே லாஸ்ட் வீக் ஆக்சுவலி அந்த ஃபோட்டோஸ்
Damn.
கேட்டாங்க.
Did I mess up the address?
ரிசீவ் ஆகலன்றா.
How am I gonna get those pills?
அவனுக்கு இதாக
Maybe I should invite Charlotte to do something herself.
Take the trash out. Trash.
Ugh. Why is it so wet? Ugh. I shouldn't be this tired.
That's a dumpster.
Oh shit. Almost left the door open. Fucking hell!
அவ்வளோதான்.
Disgust me. I wonder if Alice's mother has a film of this photo somewhere. I actually hadn't thought about it before.
மேபி நான் கதவை தந்துட்டு வந்துட்டேன். லிஃப்ட்டில் போனால் தான் சரி சம்மந்தெல்லாம் சவுண்ட்ஸ்லாம் வருது. இது போஸ்டோட அப்போவோ பயங்கரமாக போட்டிருக்கானுங்க.
Friday.
Okay, chapter 4 or chapter 3?
Oh, God. Why do I like sleeping so much? Huh?
It's just me, Jack.
Just me, Jack.
Good afternoon.
Isn't it a bit early for you?
I missed our invigorating conversations. Has Stephen brought the body?
Yeah, the trolley's in the hall. Maybe wheeling it to the dissection room will be invigorating enough for you.
I've missed how friendly and helpful you are. I think I'll get straight to work on this one. Focusing on something will do me some good.
அந்த கேஸ் என்ன சொல்ல விட்டு போயிட்டானா?
Christ, this one's heavy.
ஹெவியாக இருக்கும் போது.
Hey, Mr. Ridley, I need help. I can't lift this bag myself. Ridley! Ugh, wasn't easy, but at least I can start. A new package must have... I guess Dorothy ordered it. I think I'll skip recording a video for the students to... They don't need to see me and the body. November 27th. Conducted by... James Evans Jr. Evans had previously been convicted of possession of... There were also attempts to accuse him of responsible for... burglary. It's a... Police photos show that the body was not even particularly hidden, but only covered with a thin layer of soil, branches, and leaves. The body was found inadvertently in the woods near Peetsville. The dogs picked up the scent while searching for him. The body was found naked and mutilated. Clothes, probably belonging to... The deceased's father, James Evans Sr., is a local businessman. He was the one who reported the disappearance. Sounds disturbing. I wonder what condition the body is in then. I'll start by opening the bag. Oh, fuck.
Oh my
I didn't
God.
expect this level of mutilation. This is going to be a dirty job. I'll check through the bag the police left.
Here's the content of the bag.
Scalpel, scissors, syringe, Maybe there will be something worth noting about the victim's clothes. Leather belt. You can see that it's been serving its owner for a long... Plain cotton t-shirt. Classic jeans. Oh, dirt. Certainly not my style. Traces of... Is this... Interesting. Most of the blood is visible around the neckline, mainly traces of soil. It's a bit like the perpetrators pulled his shirt over his head. The bloodstains don't appear to be related to any... A lighter, engraved with the police insignia. Stolen? Or maybe purchased from a pawn shop? Traces of dirt mixed with blood and rubbed leaf litter. Evans must have been crawling, or was dragged along the ground. Something stuck here. It looks like some kind of ectasis. Scale? This could point to an...
crocodile சாப்பிட்டுருக்குமோ?
And here, another animal souvenir. The only thing I can tell from the clothes... Okay, I'll take a look at the scales. They seem too different. Dorothy once brought an animal encyclopedia here. She performed an autopsy on an exotic animal smoked. The guy... But it... The paperwork...
Atlas, take a look at the atlas.
Who is this? All right. Which page was it?
Track object.
Nope. It's a completely different color and structure. Not the... Oh, that was quick. I wouldn't expect anything else.
Crocodile.
Very similar. Nile crocodile. No way. I would expect something... What kind is this? Saltwater. Oh, I only need to concentrate on the crocodile chapter. Ugh. Christ. Why am I so tired? Some coffee would be nice. I'll have to show them. Too bad. What are some...
So the photo camera from the desktop.
All right, I'll begin. The deceased skin is smooth. Evans couldn't have tied himself up like that. It looks like some sort of attack or kidnapping. There are also clear traces of the deceased ankles being bound in some way.
Oh my god.
Such a wound could not have occurred during the victim's lifetime. Nasty. It's unlikely that a human would make such a wound.
இந்த அனிமல் கட்சி கொதட்டுது மட்டும் இருக்கு. தலை இல்லையே.
No head. That's not hard to miss.
Crocodile bite மாதிரி தான் அது.
Oh, and as expected, there's a bite. Interesting. This needs to be investigated further.
Okay, maybe last but not least.
This wound appears to have been made by a sharp instrument. I need to gather my thoughts together. And look at these photos. I wonder, I should the work of an animal, like torn meat. But I can't tell from the photo what animal did this. This looks very promising. The bite is clearly visible. It should be easy to compare it with the insect.
There's the photos of the fax machine, okay?
I hope I put it in right. I can never remember whether it was image up or image down. At university, I didn't have... fantastic. Practically a one-to-one. Just some tracing paper, a pencil, And I can check these in the encyclopedia. Now, I don't remember. Awful. It would be good to finally repair the coffee machine. Stephen didn't clean up after himself again. They definitely pay me too little for this. Oh, looks like I can tidy up after myself. Sometimes. A very, nature-driven case so far. I'll have to consult the encyclopedia again. Good thing Dorothy left it here. Otherwise, I would have had to run back to my place.
Class mapping kayak macam ni lah.
Makes sense. This would also explain the mold found in the clothes. It turns out that some can be safely blamed on local alligators. However, we cannot blame them for the decapitation. It's not these animals. I should make some notes and... Ugh. And look, it doesn't look good. Evans, what? Several stab wounds of varying. Mississippi alligator. The imprints are quite... From the looks of it, I'd say Evans was restrained with his own... Looks like an uneven bite. It's worth... Maybe the result of an animal tearing at its body. Eaten. And there are even some... the bite is a photo. I need to make... Evan's right side must have been more attractive. Very strong binding marks. You... It looks like the killer might have missed before... There's... I need a tool with dental impression cement. Can I find it here? No. It's probably lying somewhere around in the lab. I hope the cement hasn't expired.
டேபிள்ஸ் வச்சுருக்கானுங்க. சிலிக்கான் டிஸ்பென்சிங் கன் டேபிள்.
A month after the due date. That could be worse. Now I need to cover the bite area. Wait until it hardens. I think it's ready. The cast looks quite contaminated from the other wounds in that area. Well, let's hope the imprint turns out better. Brush. Similar. Paint over the area. And put a piece of paper on it. That's very strange. I'll run it through the facts and check it on the computer. I really don't want to believe what I'm seeing.
Bite marker. Criminal database.
Loading.
Hey, manisha teeth mata irukku.
What? Wow. This is, well, this is quite unexpected. Human teeth. Oh, fuck. I need to tell this to Stephen.
I don't know.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly. Loading. It'll probably take a while. Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly. 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 Loading. It'll probably take a while.
That's all.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly. Maybe not everything is loading. It'll probably take a while. finally. What? The partial impression I have may match several people. Okay, this one is in prison, so he's out. Another in prison. Oh, here's someone with quite interesting tendencies. Oh, it doesn't. The kid.
Evidence curriculum.
I wasn't, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding up my work. I wasn't, but the World Wide Web has been. I was, but the World Wide Web has been a blessing for speeding up my work.
அதை ப்ளீஸ் பண்ணுமா தலை சுத்தமாக ஓகே தப்பான ரொம்ப இதுவும் அவங்களுக்கு இருக்குதுன்னு
I'm going back to the body. I need to make a note before I start the dissection. You can see... Maybe... This wound turned out to be more troublesome than I thought it would be. For the allocators rare, the abdominal and genital area are supplied with plenty of blood. If the penis was bitten off while he was alive, Evans could have bled to death. Due to the body fat of the deceased, I'm adding a heart attack to the list. Maybe Evans didn't live long enough to experience what happened to him. Man. I was hoping for an easier case.
Dissection, sanguination, suffocation, blood. Possibilities, more possibilities.
Time for internal analysis. Finally. First of all, I'll try to determine whether death occurred before the decapitation. With the scalpel, I'll open the deceased's chest. I cut deep, in a straight line, avoiding the navel. We see a lot of fat tissue under the skin. When I remove the ribs, I expect to see even more fat on the organs. Correct. High levels of internal fat, organ size above average. The deceased smoked cigarettes. But more importantly, you can see that the lungs have clearly... And this is the culprit. Well, it didn't look like the holes were that deep. Such hemorrhage could have been caused by hitting the chest with a blunt object, or a puncture.
Okay.
Open pneumothorax should be added to this. The deceased, and, as a result, obstructive shock. I wonder what the heart looks like. The organ is enlarged with but similarly to the lungs, there is a trace of puncture with a sharp object. In pneumothorax, the heart rate increases. In the event of such a wound, this would mean bleeding out faster and more. In turn, could lead to cardiac tamponade, which is on.
மர்டர் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணிருக்காங்க.
Evans, however, is remarkably clean, considering the organ is fatty and enlarged. The beginnings of cirrhosis are obvious.
லிவரா லிவர் ரொம்ப மோசமாகுதே.
This time, nothing to write home about.
Cirrhosis.
So, I proceed. Like most other organs, it is fatty and clearly enlarged, not to mention swollen, partially due to gases, but I take the...
So the stomach, okay.
It sounds like there's an unusually large amount of undigested, and now rotten stomach contents inside. Blood. Evans had to swallow it due to his injuries, which means he was still alive when he was brutally wounded.
Oh, okay. வச்சு கண்டுபிடி மேபி ஸ்டொமக்கில் பிளட்டு போயிருந்தா அவன் டைமில் வீடு வந்துருப்பான் ஸ்வாலோ பண்ணி பிளட்டு.
Only the trachea left to be examined. Surprisingly, it's not damaged by the decapitation. I move on to cutting it open.
ஏன் கட் பண்ணுறாங்க?
Okay. I carefully cut, and blood, just as I expected. Evans not only swallowed it, but also choked.
Oh my god.
Looks like I can wrap this up. Let me tie this together. After he was abducted, stripped, and tied up, he was dealt several penetrating blows to the chest. Then his head was cut off. Evans was deprived of his genitals, and the body served as an easy meal for the animals. Even though there are a lot of injuries on the body that could cause death, it was the decapitation that ended Evans' life. The animal bites in the limbs occurred after death, so there's no reason to treat these as the cause of death. The damage to the lungs and heart must have led to severe hemorrhaging, so there's no, but it didn't, which I never thought of. But in this case, it would have been in some way.
Suffocation by failure. Death. Good night, Yamagi. நான் தூங்க போகிறவங்கள முடிய போது கிட்டத்தட்ட மர்டர் தான் ஆக்சுவலி சூசைட்
Oh well. I need to stitch this poor guy back up. It's really bothering me. Something's not right here. Because even now, the organs are relatively clean. The skin around wounds also, it's like, someone pumped it out? Christ. I'll leave these questions for the police to solve.
Okay. Push the body into the fridge.
And now, I get to head home. It's a fucked up thing. I'll hold off taking long walks in the forest for the near future. I have a feeling that it won't end with just one body.
Okay.
Good night, Mr. Ridley. The body is ready to be picked up.
Sure. Good night.
I think it's the first time in a long time that I finished work at a decent hour. Oh, come on. Fuck! When did I get a flat tire? What the fuck? Fuck. I'm going to Ridley's. Maybe he... Ridley, do you know what happened to my car?
Oh, what happened to your car?
All the tires are fucking flat!
Well, it happens. Don't you have a spare in the trunk?
Spare ones in the trunk. No one carries 4 fucking extra tires. In the trunk!
Jesus, Handman, calm down. I'll call you a taxi.
Calm down? That's a bit of an exaggeration, don't you think? Have you seen anyone around here? Someone strange? Suspicious?
Except you? No.
Haha, funny. I don't find all these jokes amusing, you know.
What jokes? Handman, what's wrong with you? It's just tires.
Such things are not a coincidence. What's wrong with me? Things keep happening. Last week, and now this?
Just go wait for the taxi, okay? Fresh air would do you. Neither you nor I will do anything about it.
Neither you nor I will do anything? What have you been doing all day? Surely something like this can't just be overlooked.
Maybe you should go outside and I'm calling it.
Cool.
எப்போதும் நியூஸ் பேப்பர் தான் பசி நிற்கிறான் அவன்.
I just want to sleep.
சும்மா டயர்டாக இருக்கான் அவன், தூங்கணும். நான் தூங்குற போயிட்டு Chapter 4 2 chapters தான் இருக்கு. I'm going to finish it tomorrow.
It would be easier just to move in and live here. I doubt I'll get reimbursed for the cab.
Okay.
Huh?
யாரோ கார்ல இழுத்துட்டு இருக்கான்.
Hello?
CCTV இருந்துச்சு.
Damn. It's good evening. Any news for me? About my car? You know?
No.
Anything?
Handman, I cut my teeth working in prison. I know what to do.
What?
There were no strangers. Maybe you ran over. Why, possibly you can congratulate.
Christ.
You should try it. You've been kind of out of it lately.
That's the first bit of sense you've made all...
Good. The body is expected to be ready along.
What?
Best hurry.
அந்த டயர்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வண்டி என்ன பண்ணான்னு கேட்டான். வந்து இங்கே எவனும் ஸ்டேஞ்சஸ் தான் நினைக்கிற ஸ்டேஞ்சஸ்லாம் இல்லை, நீ தான் இங்கே டயர் வண்டி விட்டுருப்பேன்றான். ஆடா அப்பாவி, நீ நினைக்கிற மாதிரி இல்லை, நீ ஜஸ்ட்டு பஞ்சர் தான் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி மழுப்பி, சரி நிறைய வேலை இருக்குது பாருன்ட்டோம். சரி அதுவும் கண்டினியூ பண்ணிக்கிறேன். Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye. Sleep tight.